Live, trance, and prosper. Hi, I'm Professor Brian David Phillips, and welcome to a real quickie. There was an update to Notebooklm. As you can see, that's the page I'm on. Notebooklm. And they now have video overview. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in and take a little peek at what sort of thing. So this is a file that I created for my students of English as a foreign language, and as you see, this is just one file. Obviously, if you're a student and my students, I encourage you to go ahead and make a notebook for a class. If you're taking a course at university, put all the files your professor gives you in one notebook, and you can do this for all the files. So for this file, you see I've got a summary of the file. And over here on the right hand side, I can click over here so it is gone away, but I'm going to expand it over here. And up here you can create things, but I've already got some things going. So as you see, I've got a study guide for the file. So students, a quiz, and there's the answer key, essay questions, glossary of terms, all sorts of things related to that particular thing. So I've got a study guide, I've got executive summary, main themes, all sorts of things. This is all generated by Notebooklm, and it's intended to help you learn. So it's a nice study aid just for you. Here's even a mind map. So it takes the article and it builds, so let's look at classroom integration. Boom. It builds it out so you can learn what the links are to different topics and subtopics for this particular issue and things like that. Let's go on back and, it's asking me to chat. I don't want to chat. Let's just get back here. Okay. Let's see. And now also, we can have audio overviews, and let's clear that. I have audio overviews. I can make an audio overview. If I've already got one, I can make one. If I've made one before, I can, of course, listen to one I've done before. This is one I've done before. Audio overview. I just click on here, and it will.
We're doing a deep dive into something that's really captured my attention lately. It's how AI is shifting really fast from just this, tech curiosity into something much more personal, especially for learning. We're going to unpack how students are actually creating their own AI companions, specifically for English as a foreign language, or EFL. Our mission today is to figure out why learners designing their own AI unlock such, profound pedagogical power. It goes way beyond those off-the-shelf thoughts you might know. Expect some genuinely surprising effects, I think, and some really practical insights.
It really is a fundamental shift. I mean, for decades, language software was pretty rigid, wasn't it? Very scripted. You clicked a button, got a pre-programmed response, but now...
Yeah.
An ordinary smartphone can become your always awake speaking partner, pronunciation coach, reading guide, and motivation tracker, all in one. The critical change, and this is the real game changer, is moving from just consuming the text.
The new thing they have is video overview, and that's brand new. And so now audio overview, you also have a thing that's interactive, so you can hit that and you can actually converse with the audio, which is really cool. And I've done videos on that in my channel before, so you can check that out. But here's the video overview, which is essentially, it does an audio overview with graphics. It's essentially a slide deck. So
welcome to The Explainer, Okay, let's talk about language learning. Forget those generic
Yeah, let
apps
me
you've
move
used
this
before.
guy over.
We are entering a brand new world, one where you don't just use learning tools, you actually get to design them. Today, we're diving into how you can build your very own AI language
Now
partner.
I
If you've
can
ever tried to learn a new
full
language,
screen
you
this
know
if
this
I
feeling,
want to.
right? You desperately need to practice speaking, but finding a partner is tough,
But I'm
classes
not
are often
going to
packed,
here because I
and
want to
let's
be
be
able to come
honest, it
back
can feel a little embarrassing
easily
to make
for
mistakes. So,
this
what if you
particular
had a
video.
practice partner who was always available, endlessly patient, and ready to go 24/7? For decades, the biggest hurdle for language learners has been something we can call speaking scarcity. And it's exactly what it sounds like. There
So
just isn't enough
now
time to
the
actually
article
talk.
that
I mean,
it's
just think about a
breaking
typical
down is
language
one that I
class.
wrote
For every single
for
hour
my
of instruction,
students,
studies show that
and
each
it's
student gets,
breaking
on average,
down the major
just
points.
2 to 10 minutes
And
of
so
real
they can
speaking
either
time.
watch the
That's
video
it.
and listen,
That is nowhere near
or they
enough to
can
build real
listen to the
fluency.
much longer
No
audio
way. And
overview.
look, technology
The
has been
thing
trying
is,
to
some
crack
people,
this nut
they'll
for
find the
years.
video to
Back in the
be
80s, we had these
easier
clunky fill-in-the-blank
to study
drills on those old
or
monochrome monitors.
review,
Then
and
the
others will
2000s brought
prefer
us some
the
basic
audio.
speech recognition, but
They
it
can
kind of
actually,
stumbled the second
students
it heard
can
an accent.
actually
But
click on the
today,
download
the
in the upper
conversational
right
AI we
for
carry
either
around in
of
our
those,
pockets
and
can
so they
hold a
can listen to
real,
that or
coherent, back
watch
and
it
forth
on the
dialogue.
go.
This isn't just
And of
another
course, if
small
you're
upgrade.
not
This is
a
a whole new paradigm.
student, maybe
And
you're a
this leads
content
us to the
creator,
real core
you can
idea
actually
here.
create
The
videos and
biggest shift
audios
isn't just the
as
tech, but our
content for your own
relationship
channel.
to the tech. We're going
Those
from
of you
being
familiar with my
passive
channels,
consumers to
you
becoming
know my
active
Not a Pod
co-designers.
series
So
is
here's what that
essentially
really
audio
means.
overviews
An
that I put
off-the-shelf
up.
bot treats you like a
So
passive
let's go ahead
consumer.
and
But when you create your own companion, you suddenly become an active architect. The act of designing it.
let's stop that there and go back here. Now, how do you do this? And how much does it cost? So we're going to go back to Notebooklm, and you sign in with your Google account. Notebooklm is, of course, at notebooklm.google.com. And the price is very, very affordable. It's free, folks. That's a great price. It is free. And I've got, these are all my notebooks. I use this sucker. I use it, and I use it well. So let's say I want to create a new notebook. I just click on create a new notebook. Here we go. Boom. I create that. I can put in links to videos, to files, or I can upload a source. I can click and drag, or I can do something else. And so I'm going to take a file for my English Communication 2 course and just drop that in. I am teaching a unit on Dewey Reflective Thinking this semester, so it is currently uploading it. You can see here's the file and it's uploaded. Boom, that fast. There's my executive summary. And over here, if I want to, I can start doing things. I want a mind map. Boom, I click that. I generate a mind map. Booyah. I want an audio overview. Boom, click that. It starts generating an audio overview. Video overview, let's start one of those too. So there we go. I can also generate a briefing doc. I can generate a study guide. I can generate a FAQ. I can generate all this material, and you can see how quick it's doing things. See, the little spinny guys are already doing things. So here we've already got a briefing doc. We've already got a FAQ. We've already got a study guide. It'll take a little bit longer to do a video overview. It'll take a little longer to do an audio overview. Those take a little longer, but they will get done fairly soon, and you can use them right away. Let's take a look at my, here's my FAQ. Boom. There's a FAQ file on Dewey's reflective thinking pattern. Of course, My viewers, you guys already know about Dewey's reflective thinking pattern, so you don't need a fact file, but other people do. This stuff is really nice. It's very useful. Honestly, if I had access to this way back when I was a student and dinosaurs walked the earth, I would have been killing it. I would have been so much more efficient in my study. I got good grades at university. Well, not when I first went to university, because I was me. But eventually I picked it up and I figured it out, and I got really good grades. I had a good GPA, and certainly learned to learn well enough to get me through grad school and my PhD. So I must have done something right. But seriously, if I was back in high school, I'd be killing it with this. If I was back at undergrad, I would really be putting this to use. And so I will be showing my students at the university, my undergrad students, I'll be showing them this and saying, hey, if you're not using this, well, that's okay. You don't have to, but you're behind. Because if you're not using these tools, you're behind the people who are, because they are going to learn so much more effectively than you. There's so much more you can do. And as you saw earlier, you can actually pop into chat with the document inside Notebooklm. Notebooklm, of course, will use the Gemini model. Gemini model, you probably are familiar with ChatGPT. I don't know if you're familiar with Gemini. Gemini is very, very good. It is extremely competitive. And if you're not experimenting with it, you should be. Some models, I tell my students, don't bother. But definitely, Gemini is worth experimenting with, especially the free tier. Come on. If it's free, use it. Play around with this stuff. Notebooklm is free, and you can really turbocharge your effectiveness as a thinker, as someone studying. So if you're not using it, get off your ass and start studying. This is really good stuff, guys. All right, that's just me doing a quick jump in and introduction. So I hope this has been helpful. I will put a link in the description below, and I hope you found this useful, educational, worthwhile, whatever. For now, this is just me. Live trance and prosper. Bye-bye.